Hello, traders. Welcome to the Tuesday stream where small cap stonks went berserk. Russell 2000 all-time highs, and Lithium Americas Corporation continuing to pay. If you're wondering why I have sunglasses on in the evening, it's from all the bright green of our collective portfolios. Just kidding. Typically I have my massage, 90-minute massage on Mondays, but it had to be a Tuesday this week. So when you do that, your eyes get really puffy. It almost sounds like I went to sleep, but yeah, that's why I'm late, because all that. But don't worry, I'm not Stevie Wonder here. But yeah, it was an incredible sight to behold today, until what? Soybeans, right? I think we were exporting. U.S. was exporting my God, what was it, man? A lot. Tons of soybeans to China. I think it might be 1 trillion, but I'd have to just give me 1 sec and I'll actually tell you the amount annually that the U.S. was exporting. One sec. I've got it. Jeez. The amount. Sorry. Probably going an inefficient way right here. Good God. Right, you know what? I'm just going to look right here. It was... Oh my God, dude. I'm sorry. Maybe I don't have it. Yeah, I have it. Okay. It was $12.6 billion in sales annually to China. So Trump comes in today and has, of course, retaliated. Well, we're not going to buy cooking oil from y'all now. And that tanked $750 billion off the market cap of the collective equity market. So let's get into this. Sorry, man. No coffee right now. If I have coffee now, it's I'm never going to go to sleep ever. All right. Here's your Lithium Americas Corporation, though. Phenomenal. Come on, dude. If you have a problem, Jesus chimes here. I'm sorry you weren't paying attention.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Okay, so over $10, down 3% after hours. Who cares? Hit a high point of $10.11, up 19.22%. At one point, it was up 20%, or maybe it was very close. Highest daily candle close confirmed on Lithium Americas Corporation since October 11th, 2023. So we're talking about 2-year highs, which isn't that crazy, but it's still phenomenal. This was one of the best. I mean, this was the best bottoming structure that I had seen at the time when it was there and developed. And this is the manifestation of it. It's incredible to see. So, $10, big psychological level. But resistance-wise, you're looking 1039, 1050, 1084. Those are real levels looking left, not so much psychological. If you ever broke 1084, then it'd probably be a smooth ride up to $12+. Yeah, this is just what happens sometimes, okay? Amazing. Hype in the freaking chat. We are going to look at Bitcoin, but we just got to look at the IWM. I know that you had that pullback. It really wasn't a big deal here. You just got taken off your highs. We saw fresh all-time high, Russell 2000. It was $249.60. We have not yet seen $250, but that's a psychological level that I think they're going to want to test, even if we fail. They took out the high from 2021, 2024. More recently, you did it all. It's phenomenal. All right. Whew. So you got to love that. And, there are others, okay, that did things, but nothing quite like LAC. LAC was the centerpiece today. You had UI that was up 10%. Shoot, cup with handle, man. Yeah, cup with handle went nuts. Yeah, long extended handle. It was more like cup with frying pan. It looked like a frying pan. And that gap up, that breakaway gap on high volume on earnings, August 22nd, it's just been number go up ever since. Phenomenal. But something else happened today. The volatility index hit its highest level intraday since June. So you got to wonder if that means something. Got to wonder. Above the 200-day simple moving average still. I mean, they went down at the lows and tested it as support. So you just wonder, is it real here, or is it just going to crap out and number going to go up? So Jerome Powell spoke today, and he talked about quantitative easing. That will be, there's a very good chance we'll be ending they'll be ending quantitative tightening, QT, which I think is really good. That was like kind of what catalyzed the small caps, that bigger run towards the end of the day, or in the afternoon anyway. So you just like something to think about. I don't know, volatility index above 20, up 9.35%. All right. Guess what else kept going today? You just got to keep looking at it. You know, quantum computing, D-Wave, QBTS, another all-time high. You can't even believe this. They're going for a 3618 fib extension. No way. 4649. Just crazy. And then everything started becoming pretty tame. Walmart, which you think Walmart, that's an all-time high.
No bell.
Oh, thank you, dude. Yeah, all-time highs on freaking Walmart. Dude, you kidding me? Kind of defensive. A defensive stock. What's going to be target 1? It's going to be pretty deep Fibonacci up here. 112 is your target on Walmart with an all-time high breakout today. They might back test 105, but eventually 112. Very good, boys. Very good for this one anyway. All right, Rocket Lab, you know, did make a fresh or a record all-time high close today. Gotta love it. In phase, we know. No, not. Is it in phase? In phase is very interesting down here. Wait a second. Dude, is this like an inverse head and shoulders? They kind of broke out of the wedge. Shoot, man. They broke the wedge. It's now something that you might want to start paying attention to. In phase energy. Look at this swing high from 2019. Look at this swing low from 2020. All right, we got ourselves a nice inflection zone. So what are they trying to do down here? Are they trying to shift momentum into the hands of the buyers? The buyers assuming control of the asset, quite possibly at this really important level after, you know, breaking out of the falling wedge and then recapturing 35.54. I think it might be a good idea to have an alert set up above like $38 because, I mean, again, the trend's terrible, but something's happening that hasn't happened in a very long time, since over a year ago. So maybe take a look at this. Keep your eye on it. In phase. We know about American Airlines was looking really interesting. Yeah, dude. Like a nice candle today. Anything above 1141 is great. Anything above 1222 is like quite possibly a huge breakout point. So remember, this one, not even about the daily, the weekly. It is about the freaking monthly on American Airlines, dude. This is like quite possibly the promised land. You just got a little bit more of adversity to overcome. I think like 1222, and it might actually be nuts. But we'll see. Remember, this goes back to 2008, so it's slow going. It might take forever, but it's just interesting levels, man. Value areas, forms of confirmation of the value. U-shaped volume signature. Oh, wait, I've seen this episode before. The U-shaped volume, dude. We saw that yesterday on like DIN, D-I-N. You got that is very real. Okay, very, very. This is the same type of volume signature we saw on ACHR before it went berserk. So, but on a far more significant time scale, not the daily. So pay attention to that U-shaped volume when M-shape's complete, and then they confirm their completion. All right. Very good, boys. So it'd be like, hey, talk to me in 18 months. And American Airlines probably is higher. Okay. So anyway, I was just looking at some like top gainers on this watch list here. Great. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. And people are like, what are you doing, dude? Just get off of this and go to Bitcoin. It's like, fine. Whatever you want, dude. Which, Bitcoin, we do have a daily candle close. So, we did it, man. Paul. One up kicks. Thanks to the 20, dude. You want to look at PALL? We'll look at it, dude. Thank you. Very grateful. So, Bitcoin. We had a little optimism yesterday. Remember the three valleys, each one higher than the previous. And, of course, all correlating to a key old all-time high, a couple old all-time highs from Inauguration Day, January 20th, also another one from May. I like it. I really do. We were talking about a formal back test of 112 would be grand. Be really good to see it, and they did it, man. I mean, in fact, they took us as low as 110.1 into the wee hours of the morning last night, but recovered, and as you can see, we held, and that's a great recovery that you could quite possibly, okay? I mean, I never act like I know if an asset's going up or down, right? I have no expectations, but you are at a level that is kind of strong enough to where you could construct a trading plan. You just could. You could set up a stop loss strategically. Your entry is pretty good here, and your upside's pretty good too. I mean, if you were going to long Bitcoin here and try to be strategic about it, you would not be even thinking about profit taking probably till $124,800, 125. I mean, that would probably be the only way it would be equitable, which I know it's the only way it'd be equitable is taking profit at 124.5. But the good news is you'd be trading that's the conservative for target 1, but target 2 and 3 and possibly 4 would all be in price discovery. That's what the trade would be. It would be this, okay, we're in this long-term uptrend. Sellers have attempted to breach this key inflection zone 3 different times in the past 2 months locally. And they, buyers, you have a bullish engulfing candle from October 12th that's valid. You had that formal back test today at 112, almost even freaking 109.5. And you know that your argument pretty much becomes invalid if the price of Bitcoin for real falls below 109, 108.5. That's where you'd start saying, okay, maybe the stop loss might be a pretty good area. But if the stop loss never gets triggered, then you're just waiting on $124,500 and beyond. So that's where you're at on Bitcoin on the daily. It's pretty cool because we actually have a structure. You have higher lows, which is, characteristic of higher lows consecutively is more than before, accumulation or reaccumulation. So that's just the argument, right? I'm just presenting it to the jury. The jury could say, screw that, man. The judge could take the price of this asset down below 109, and then all of a sudden, I have no more argument. The argument exists to not own Bitcoin below 109 because I think we could see a lot more downside because you are very high in this long-term uptrend, very high. But again, just pattern recognition and the development of the pattern is occurring above a major level, and that's kind of it, right? So that's, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that's like my presentation to you of risk management, having no expectations, not acting like I know where we're going next. But if this actually is respected in a long-term uptrend, the reaccumulation structure, then all-time highs would be the target, and then beyond price discovery, 135, 140, maybe 150. That's it. That's it, man, okay? I'm not making calls, bro. Presenting an argument on Bitcoin, on the daily. That's it. Okay. So I guess we can go to, does that make sense? I mean, I really hope that, you understand. I'm not trying to pull a capo crypto. It is certain we are going down. I have a bad feeling about this. I mean, that's all bullcrap, dude. All bullcrap. Okay, let's shift gears to Ethereum. Wow, man, talk about a formal back test of 39.50. It's a nice recovery off the lows, but again, this one's I get the weekly. You're good. You're okay if you're a weekly trader. Daily's a little, I don't know, because we made lower highs and we've now made lower lows consecutively, and that's kind of is the trend reversing? It could be. With Bitcoin, there is literally zero evidence of a trend reversal by the book, by definition, none. But you might be able to start saying on the daily that that's happening, but you got to think about Bitcoin looks good and everything that would rally with Bitcoin. But again, it's all about the weekly on this. And if you're above 39.50 on the weekly, you have nothing to worry about. You're literally fine. Yep. That's your tolerance threshold. The price of Ethereum falling below 39.50 is, oh boy, we might be in trouble here because the next target is $3,000. But if we're holding this still, they're still defending it, we could be setting up for a Santa rally that you just cannot comprehend right now, because we'd be $6,000+ resolving this pattern bullishly. It's so large and it's taken so long to develop. Yeah, 6,000 plus minimum. If we just have mediocre performance. So that's, I'm hoping that they can keep us propped above 39.50 and some strength comes into Bitcoin with that reaccumulation. I just hope that's real. All right. Okay. We could look at BNB, whatever, that did take it on the chin. Is that a double top? Well, here's an issue on BNB. You did have an evening star, or it's just a doji evening star, and now you had follow through candle. So again, this channel is all about identifying trade setups to manage our risk optimally with good reward to risk, 3-to-1 minimum for an equitable trade. And obviously this is not in any sort of situation for that. That doesn't mean it can't just randomly go to $1,500. It probably will, because it's freaking ridiculous, you know, best performing asset in all of crypto, and it's nothing's close, including Bitcoin. So you look at it and say, well, this isn't something that I can trade with the long if I wanted. Bitcoin's probably the only game in town for that, I think, locally lately. Okay, but yeah, hype in chat for BNB down today, or down yesterday now, 6.65%. It's pretty rough. So yeah, just looking at it, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna like set up a long here. Okay, go to XRP. That look, dude, it's cool that it's, you know, I mean, that was a bearish engulfing candle yesterday, down 4%. There's really nothing about this that is favorable for a trade setup. Like, no way to manage risk optimally unless you were going short, and your short stop loss is probably going to be above 267. Because all they've done now, I'm just being real, all they did was rally to go test the top of this trading range as resistance, and then they bearishly engulfed, and then they rejected the 200-day simple moving average. So it's like, in actuality, if things went south for crypto, including Bitcoin, say that argument I presented, it fails, right, because it falls below 109, you would be targeting on XRP. If Bitcoin's going below 109, you're targeting 20% downside minimum. 197 back to 190, that for a retest, and maybe it might be amazing. They retest it once, you know, they do one time and they do two times, they might defend that, and it might be a great opportunity for a long setup back to 265, 272. But that's not what you want to see. If Bitcoin looked like this, it'd be like run for the hills. That's just not good. So it just comes down to, like, do we have any sort of evidence of risk management here? God, no. In fact, it's probably decent reward to risk for a short. But my God, how does it go to 196 if Bitcoin's showing a reaccumulation structure? And these are like tough questions to answer. So not great here on XRP. Not great at all. Completely different world from Bitcoin that's showing reaccumulation. This was showing distribution, redistribution with the lower highs consecutively before the crash. Yikes. Okay. Then you've got Solana, that did something technically good today in a way, where they have recaptured a key inflection zone. You know, yesterday we had a nice candle, or 2 days ago now, you tested the level, the zone as support. You did it again today. Strong close, but I guess anything above 198, I mean, really what they did was they today back tested the channel's bottom again. They're like, oh, we have reconfirmed that this channel is real again. This demand line is real. That's good. And they might go back test 198 again. You're probably in really good shape on Solana until the price falls below 190, 191 again. Okay, that's probably your threshold for tolerance for owning the asset, because below 190, given enough time, is probably 160. So it's all about the levels. It's all about the price, if the buyers can keep the price propped above the level or not. But yeah, you did have a lower high than your previous high, your highest high, and then you did put in a lower low than your previous discernible swing low. So it's kind of like that Ethereum situation, where it's not great in terms of trend analysis locally and lately, but the longer term trend, they're trying to recapture the demand line, and I hope it holds, man. I hope it lasts the night. Interesting times after the largest liquidation event in the history of all crypto by far. $20 billion wiped out. People lost their lives, or a couple people lost their lives from it. And Bitcoin's just trading same price it's trading at, like a week ago? Maybe, 2 weeks ago. Who cares? Whatever. Still making a high, possibly making one of the highest lows it's ever made. I hope it's real. I hope this is really real. Yeah, totals. Yeah, you want some totals? I don't even know if Jonathan on the soundboard, man. I gotta maybe get on that. Total, still, look what they've done. They 3.67 trillion. Is that a joke of a level? No. I mean, you can. That's a very real level, right? An old intraday all-time high from December 2024. Another test in January of this year, and then certainly a couple tests September, early September, late September. They traders never settled up below the level. And then we engulfed, and then we went and we tested the bottom, and you just hope that that's real. You hope that test means something, where despite any intraday price action, it dips again, between 3.79 and 3.67, it pivots, and then we run. And then if it was real, you would just be probably targeting for 4.17 to 4.2 trillion dollars. So just praying to God it holds, man. Praying to God. That's all we can do. It will hold if Bitcoin actually catches bids here after recapturing and reconfirming 112 as support. So there's your total, man. Okay, let's those are the big cryptos. Look at Doge, whatever. Doge, possibly like another valley here, maybe a type 2 return on the weekly, 1 and then 2. That would be insane. Nothing you can do in terms of managing a risk here at 20 cents, because 22 cents, below that, kind of iffy. That is a big deal to me. That's the biggest deal, is 22 cents. Above it, you're golden. You're great. Below it, not so confident. So a lot of work to be done after Doge crashed. A lot of work to be done on a lot of them, most of them. Bitcoin is in, by far, the best technical shape. Weirdly enough. Remember there was a time when everything was extremely correlated to Bitcoin, homogenous market, and all the structures look the same. Well, dude, it's so different now. It's very weird. Wow, these altcoins, XRP, there's no argument for a trade setup for a long, right? Distribution. Ethereum showing lower highs, lower lows locally lately. Solana is kind of okay, but it did crash, and they have recaptured key levels, so that one's okay. But then BNB looks like, well, it's been killing it, but it's now is it double topping, confirming a top, and bearish and golden candle, and certainly can't construct a trading plan there. So weird. Bitcoin's the only one showing local forms of reaccumulation, all at a strategic level. Wow. Wild. Okay. Let's go to gold real quick, because gold did something and it's just continuing, man. Up another 0.58% on the new day. Oh my God. Just Jesus chimes, mandatory. I mean, long Jesus chimes too. Shoot, man. You gotta be kidding me. So yeah, year to date, gold has made its 46th record close on the daily. You heard me right. So from January 1st to today, gold has closed at a record 46 effing times. And it looks like they're going for 47. I mean, exceeding the 2618 fib extension. I mean, the next thing, like 4200's your mimetic resistance for the memes. Okay, 4200. Is that a joint, bro? Yeah, dude, totally is a joint, bro. We'll just have it up there, and we'll make it green, of course. A green, hot green line that's thicker. That's a joke, but if you break that, then probably 4500. 3618 of this ascending triangle is 4490, which is, come on, 4500. It's nuts, dude. Okay. What happened to silver? You could imagine. Silver hit an intraday all-time high. We got 53.55. But then they pulled it back, and we did not have a record close. But no problem, man. We're just going to be up over 1% on the new day in a world where there is no resistance because they've all been defeated just recently, days ago. And if you cared about major Fibonacci extensions from like the highest point ever from April 2011 all the way to the lowest point, which was the COVID crash, silver's 1272 fib extension is $60. So that's just waiting on. All right, $60 in price discovery. Got it. As your fiat purchasing power continues to collapse, as the fourth turning intensifies, the monetary order is certainly rapidly changing right now. Ray Dalio is actually now fearful, not of a recession by any means, but of that changing of monetary order globally. So I don't really know what the ramifications are going to be.
My lady wants to rotate her money from TSLA into NVDA. Please tell her now is not the time. Cheers.
Probably not. I mean, like, technically speaking, there's probably more upside on Tesla than Nvidia. Nvidia is, well, we'll look at it, okay? I'll tell her. Well, we look at gold and silver, so might as well just look at Nvidia. Nvidia just did something. Okay, so for 2025, we have on all of these Mag 7s, Magnificent 7, we have Fibonacci from the old all-time high to the April crash low. And Nvidia just achieved a golden mean ratio, the 1.618 fib extension. And that is exactly where this major 5% drawdown candle occurred. There was a bullish inside bar yesterday, completely invalidated today on the gap down and then closed at lows. Now you're back inside. You've failed to, it's like a failure of a breakout of this little rectangle here. And given enough time below that 183, you're probably targeting for 170. So if you look at something like this, it's just this. There is no strategy involved. There is no real upside. When you've hit the 1618, that's kind of like, we just did it, man. We just won the game. It's over. Close the book. That's the 1618 a lot of the times. Like Google's trade setup, the final target of the trade setup was the exact same 1618, and you're still trading below that after hitting it and exceeding it a little bit. So I think on Tesla, if you stay above $400 given enough time, it's going to be an all-time high target. So that's just crazy. They did it. You could be one top and a second top here. It's just there's no value and there's no strategy involved. You could have no more upside potential on Nvidia based on this. You might have none. But we'll see, right? I mean, it's been bad since the 1618 was achieved. That's typically where people take profit. You are at the highs of all highs that have ever existed on this chart. And it's been just an unstoppable run since April. So if you look at Tesla, Not saying it's necessarily a wonderful entry zone, but they are holding a key level. You are lagging well behind NVIDIA. If this was NVIDIA, Tesla would be trading at $650. That golden mean ratio, that 1.618. So this thing has just reacted from a high point to low point, 88% retrace. We know that magic 886. So I wonder if we have an actual roof pattern developing now. You couldn't even believe it if it's a roof pattern. It's so rare. Bulkowski's roof pattern, chat. So we want a chimney now. Give me the chimney. It's crazy how this looks, man. That's a crazy little roof pattern. So if you hold $400, given enough time, the target's 488. This is an active trade setup. It is not completed. We have hit target 1, which was $400 in the low 300s. So to me, NVIDIA compared to Tesla, if you had to compare them, I think Tesla has more upside potential. Now, if there's some sort of macro-wide sell-off, everything's going to get wrecked. But my God, they're trying to defend. What is it? Let me show you. Like, go back to November of 2021, the old all-time highs, right? It's a zone between 411 and 414. They are attempting to defend it as support, and they've been attempting to do that since they broke it mid-September. So, again, target 1 was hit. Target 2 of the trade setup. Oops, sorry. That's so annoying. Target 2 of the setup is 48 all-time highs, and then you have price discovery targets. 563 would be another target of that setup. And then, of course, if things went nuts, $600 plus, 650, the golden mean ratio. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to resolve on Tesla. But again, if you're talking about value proposition and upside potential, you kind of have a little bit better of an argument on Tesla than you do NVIDIA. Anyway, so that's it. So since we're talking about Mag 7s, what the... Dude, so stupid. I'm about to just go in my other office and close out all my trading views. I don't know why it's like that, because I pay like an arm and a leg for whatever subscription I have. It's annoying. Make sure it's closed out on my phone too. God. The other Mag 7s, let's take a gander, because they really, oh my God, dude, they really weren't, there's nothing special about the Mag 7s today. Okay, I'm about to lose my mind. I don't know why it's effing doing this. This is ridiculous. One more time, and I'm just going to have to go do it. I'm sorry, chat. One more time. Ain't no way. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. F this. I'm sorry. All right. We shouldn't have any more problems, but you just never freaking know, dude. All right? You just don't know. So, let's try to continue this. Sorry about that. The other Mag 7s, remember what we were going to do? Okay. Let's go best to worst. Google was up today, 0.5%. Only the Mag 7. So maybe it's bullishly consolidating, right? Maybe so, dude. We got this going. Who knows how long it'll take. But remember, speaking to your wife about the same type of Fibonacci from that highest point the beginning of the year to the lowest point in April. The trade setup's target was the 1618. So now you're up here, and it's like the trade concluded, and it's literally done nothing since target 4 was hit. Like it might maybe for a couple days extended beyond, but you're currently trading below it, maybe at it now again, which was 240, 248. It's hard to see with these glasses on. Maybe we're sorry. I'm things are getting better, man. So, yep. If you break this, you break 250, 255, you break that, it's just $10 at a time now. So, yeah, there's just, right, no value proposition, but maybe it's just downslipping consolidation before they mark it up again because this was a breakaway gap, and it's just maybe going to pull in Microsoft. Remember what Microsoft did after it gapped up the first time? It just kept going forever. All right, Google was up today. Apple was up today. By the grace of God, 0.04%. Amazing, dude. Amazing. All they did was like fill the gap from yesterday. They gapped it down today and filled it, and it closed there. And that's it. That's literally it. 99% retrace from the all-time high from December last year to the lowest point, 99, and no further. What's going to happen? If macro-wide sell-off occurs, we're going to go retest 237, 234 again. If macro-wide pump recommences, then we are sooner rather than later going to be going to test all-time highs. And then this one's been lagging hardcore. If we talk about the Fibonacci, right, that high to low, this one has not even made a 100% retrace, only 99. And remember, NVIDIA achieved its 1618, Google achieved its 1618, Microsoft achieved its 1618, and that's where it massively reversed and has not recaptured that 1618 since. You would think, like, if somehow the macro continues up and we don't have some sort of mega reversal, Apple is a proper candidate for price discovery, but they do have to break all-time highs. There needs to be probably another catalyst. The trend reversed. You're in an uptrend. It's just been lagging behind everything. But remember, Google was in the same situation. Tesla was in the exact same situation. Like, they were just laggards, and then Google caught up, Tesla caught up. Apple is not caught up. Still just having trouble, and it's right, your third largest market cap asset in the entire freaking world, company-wise. So, upside potential. They can break 260, 284, 300, 316 targets. All right, Microsoft talked about that from that previous high point to low point, hit a 1618, and that's it so far. It's just been spinning the wheels. I mean, in fact, off its all-time high by 7.35%. Hard to manage risk up here. Hard to construct a plan that makes any sense. You're just really high, really elevated. And that's it. It was down 0.09% today. All right, Meta. This was a really disappointing one where we thought we had a chance because they had broken all-time highs. We were staying above the level, and then it was like, what? My God, dude. It was like 13 out of 14 days or something were red. Or maybe 12 out of 14 days. And now, like, all they've done is they have rallied and almost hit the resistance and regarded it as resistance again, which is like a form of confirmation. That's not good. I don't think you can really be optimistic on Meta until they recapture 740, but really at this point, not until they make an all-time high and break 790. Because even if they did this, even if, like, somehow Zuckerberg, he's I don't know, like there's a new form of meta glasses coming out that makes you look like Zuckerberg or something. Oh my God, you know, they rally it and all of a sudden another lower high comes in and all of a sudden you have that 1, 2, 3 distribution signature. You still can't even get that excited. You might be able to get excited if they do this, but that test is going to be so like, it's going to be dramatic. It's going to be, I'm going to be sweating like Key and Peele, right? If they put in another lower high and they go for the retest, it's going to be like, pray to God that they hold it. Otherwise, you just got a 3 falling peaks situation going on. So Meta, well, you know, down about 1% today. Look at Amazon, the last of the 7 we have not covered. And this one is still in that kind of bearish situation where you got the bearish bat pattern. It's a textbook. You put in a lower high. Today, intraday, you hit the lowest price since August 4th, and you were dangerously close to breaching a key inflection point from November last year, January this year. I don't think if you lose that, I mean, there's just really, when you're looking at this, it doesn't make sense to want to be long. It just doesn't. Even if it pumps, it's like, well, dude, you're staring into the face of the bearish harmonic. Like, flip the chart over and you say, dang, man, I might want to be long here maybe. Like, there could be an argument, even if they took it to 232, that might be the optimum long setup. Like, even if, like, oh, we macro day, we did really well, and they took it all the way to 232. If they did that, it'd be a wonderful long setup in inverse worlds, the way we're looking at it. It'd be like, oh, my God, we have accumulation now? Are you crapping me? 232 is regarded as support. If they did that, then it would be a wonderful short trade setup, actually. So keep that in mind. Like, so much has to be done to invalidate this bearish argument. That's what's up. I mean, like, to invalidate this, you're probably needing to break all-time highs. But remember, Bezos, he's completely okay with owning a company, which is Twitch, that endorses communist, extreme, radical leftist terrorists, people that legitimately wish for the death and call for the death of people they don't agree with. He is the owner of that company. So until that changes, I don't know why fundamentally you would want anything to do with Amazon. Technically, it's more of an argument to not own Amazon right now. So it's very weird, right? It's the only one that kind of looks terrible. Meta's starting to look pretty bad too after that failed breakout. And Nvidia's hitting 1618. There's kind of like, wow, man, there's not much, doesn't seem like there's much gas in the tank on Nvidia after hitting that and then reversing so violently there. But remember, it's like, okay, the Mag 7, they might cool off. Maybe just Apple goes or something. And you got to remember, like, there are many different sectors. So you could have outperformance in the energy sector. Quantum computing could continue its parabolic bubble run. Russell 2000 could continue go into price discovery, and that could be where all the liquidity is. Like, people start pulling out some of the gains they made on these Mag 7s this summer, and they could just start rolling them into lower market cap value plays. That could happen. So you just got to think, I mean, Mag 7 kind of maybe not where it's at right now, where the party is. Okay, just things to think about. And of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got a decent reaccumulation signature going on in a long-term uptrend, and there's decent reward or risk where we currently are. Okay, above 109 you are, and 112 especially, you're good. Okay, other than the Mag 7s, bro. Did we even have a request today? Good God, dude. Like, I hope y'all made money. I don't know what's going on. If, you know, yeah, we had one request. Awesome, dude. One request, and we'll do that, and I'll get out of here because I am relaxed, and I just want some more relaxation, dude. I had a very hard workout today. You know, I'm bench pressing, repping 225, you know, regularly, 10 plus reps, and it's just, my God, dude, I'm tired. Long day, but the gains were nuts. They were absurdly nuts before the Trump tweet, and closed at just mega crazy gains. So Let's look at this request, man. If you're so inclined. I don't know what happened to me, huh? Shoot, dude. I mean, again, like PALL, there was a time and a place to request this. I don't know why people are requesting this stuff now. Were we ever here on this one? Because I have no evidence. I have no data here. Bro, like what? Are you sure we never looked at this? Because I'm kind of faintly familiar, but dude, this is a perfect example of Wyckoff accumulation. There were so many opportunities to go long on this from December of 2024 all the way to April of 2025. There were unlimited opportunities, and now it's far gone. You are out of your mind to think like, oh, let's look at it now. Like what, bro? Really? It's almost offensive to be requesting an asset that was so beautiful that I've never even heard of before, and to request it after the entire, you know what it looks like? It literally looks like palladium, dude. This is the palladium chart. What is, palladium ETF. Oh, of course. What the, okay, he requested palladium, and bro, I'm like, I've seen this chart. What is going on? Okay, look, dude. Forget that. This is the ETF. Gosh dang, man. Here it is. Palladium. Right? Every day we've been looking at this because the Wyckoff accumulation, the sign of strength, the backup, and then the confirmation of phase E. And now you're up against the key level, 1569. You break that, you're targeting $1,800 plus. 1819 all the way to 2432. That is your golden zone, your common retrace zone for an asset that bottoms after a deep retrace. And if things get crazy, then you're looking at a $2,869 target. So I could believe it with what's going on with monetary world order shifting to metals, get effed fiat. Yeah, this isn't even a request, right?
Can
in a
you
way.
look at the 45-year cup and handle on silver monthly, please?
45-year cup with Hendelman. 45 years? I'm talking about going back to 1980 with the Hunt brothers. So palladium, there's not much to talk about. We've been here on this thing. We've been here all over it. White on rice. And it's in the markup phase. And will most likely soon, once it does, eventually, even if it pulls back, it doesn't matter. It'll make a higher low than previous low. But if it breaks this resistance sooner, you have 15% upside all the way up to 53% upside. That's it, palladium. Yeah, have your alerts set up because we're on mega breakout watch. This is a breakout that will melt your face if it happens. It'd be fast. Okay. You want to see a 45-year cup with Hendelman. We got to get a monthly then. 45 years. Yeah, go back to the Hunt brothers. They oil magnates. They tried to hoard all the silver in the world. And then silver, was it Silver Thursday? Silver Wednesday? I can't remember. It collapsed. So 2 men caused this mania. So you're going to say, cup with Hendelman? This is not a cup with handle, man. Okay, it's just not. You can't have a handle that retraces this deep. I wouldn't look at it like that. But man, imagine being... are the Hunt brothers still alive? Can someone look that up? Because they'd certainly be like, we did it, man. It literally had been 84 years. They are the 84-year guys now. They're probably not.
Mitch, do you think Trump is actively trading, or his sons just tell him to tweet exactly when the chart is at moving averages and support/resistance?
I don't know if Trump. No, I don't think Trump is actively trading. No, I think he has many different people doing things for him, and I think definitely his son is involved for himself. I mean, for sure. Like, he is most likely the guy that did the short before the tweet on Friday. That was his account, most likely. And then the long after, remember? And I think he went re-short too, but I don't know. Can't keep up with it. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely doing that. They've been doing things, right? It's like one of many different weird, sketchy inside, you got this opening of a huge position from a random account, and then moments later, Trump tweets something. And then remember, like, U.S. American cryptos, no taxes on them on a Sunday morning. And then before that Sunday morning tweet, there was a massive long that opened, and then he took profit, and then the market literally reversed the next day. I'm talking your major market cap cryptos were up 30-40%. It was wiped out. Like, the guy knew that it was gonna be a fake pump. They pumped it on that, and then he took profit, exited the position, and then the market dumped and proceeded to drop another like 20%, 30%, 40% on many different coins. And then, of course, the Trump coin launching, Melania coin, and then Friday, of course, right? And I think there were probably a few other ones too that I'm not thinking about right now. But yeah, it is certainly them playing the insider game. It's definitely not legal. And look, man, you got to be able to look. There are many things that I really appreciate them doing. Like, my God, they saved the country. Like, I'll put up with them doing insider trading stuff in order for our country to not be destroyed by third world migrants, overwhelming social services, millions upon millions coming in across the border, unfettered, and just wiping out cultural sovereignty. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'll live with that. You got to pick your poison, right? So we'll be okay. But yeah, it's bad, right? So not good what they're doing. So crime is legal. Hot to a girl. All the bull crap. Many people. Ty Lopez. Thank God for him getting completely indicted. He'll be in jail soon. So excited about that. If you see the intro, I've got him next to Sam Bankman-Fraud. Anyway, so couple gentlemen noted. But silver, $60, $65, $73 targets from here. Okay, I'll see you there. I should have been full screen for that segment. What the heck, man? What are we even in 4K for? If I'm not utilizing the full screen zoom. So you can see all my nose hairs like BX cables. How do you buy XPD? You buy PALL, TG. Log question. Oh. You want to see silver and log? Maybe that'll make it look like a couple handle, man. Maybe. Let's see. We'll see, dude. Couple handle and log scale. Oh. A little bit more like couple handle. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, so what did I'll just do it. He's the only one that and he requested it, so it's like, yeah, dude, we'll do couple handle for him. Cup with very deep handle, man. Here's your handle. Cup with handle. Oh my God, dude. Okay, you want a measured move. Dude, you don't want a measured move because it won't make sense. Because it's like, dude, XRP is going to be at $589, bro. That's how stupid this is going to be. It doesn't make sense. It's meaningless because your measure move is a 1,289% move. If they did that, it would be like silver at $700. It doesn't make sense, man. How about this? How about we just instead of going psycho here, let's just do log scale Fibonacci. Log scale Fibonacci targets. High to low, the same way we had it, but here we go. 73, 90, and 121. That is still ridiculous. That's absurd. Like, how's an ounce of silver going to be $73? Something's very wrong. That is right, like 7 times what it is right now, if not more. I mean, that means like your dollar bills we're in Zimbabwe looking ass. You might as well just start burning your US dollars if silver is at $73 an ounce. Yeah, so look, dude, let's go back to what is that, 18? No, that's 1964. No, it is 1864. Look at let's see what happened during the Civil War. What was the price of silver? My God, silver went nuts. Yeah, the war, the Civil War caused like a 126% rally, and then the Civil War ended, and then it crashed. Wow. And then it didn't recover. Wow. Think about this. Think about being in the 1800s, and you're like, man, I'm gonna buy some silver at $2.94 an ounce. You bought the top. You have to realize you did not recover your ancestors, like the people. You died, right? You doing that, you're dead, and it never recovered. But hey, look, your grandson, I think your grandson broke even. It took 40,000 days for silver to recover from the great bubble of the Civil War. Yeah, you go with 1973. Paul Bear Bryant era, okay? The boomers were masquerading around at Woodstock and peace and love, bro. We must help everybody. We need to open the borders, bro. And, okay. So anyway, right? How crazy is that? Remember, buying the top of mania, even in the Civil War, can ruin your life. And it may never recover. Anyway, okay. Well, that was interesting. Oh my God, dude. What the... Because I had chat up, I couldn't see. This is why I look... my office, man, I need it. Let me show you real quick what I was talking about. Gosh dang it. I wanted to show you all the visual. 40,000 days. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Just so you can see. The great bubble of the Civil War. There it is. There it is, dude. Okay? Did not recover for 40,000 days. So, anyway. Oh, dude, cup with handle? I guess there was cup with handle, man. 40,000 day large cup with handle, man. Get wrecked on wrecked, indeed. Look at the monthly on Bitcoin and just linear. A cup with handle here. Hey, dude. Can't say the measure move wasn't godlike. 3 out of the past 4 months, they can't break it. You're at the target from back here, like in October 2024. Hey, man, this was presented. The 100% measure move, nothing's changed. $121,100. That's it. You can't break it. Can't break it, man. At least I got my, whatever. The value out of the 4K. At least I got that going, so. Even texted. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Likes hidden. Jesus, dude. What a disaster stream. Thanks to 600 plus people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button below the sub. Thank you for being here. Okay. Okay. There's no edit button. What the? Oh, there's the edit button. Okay. Likes hidden. No, silver to 700 is not plausible. That's why I was like saying let's temper our. Not even that we're not expecting that. No, it's like tempering even what the Fibonacci and log scale is, because if that's happening, we're probably in some really effed up situation where fiat purchasing power isn't a thing anymore. It doesn't exist. There is no more fiat if silver's at $70. Nope, it's over. Like a Pellegrino is going to cost $200 per can, per little can, if silver's at $70 an ounce. Whew. Eric, glad you like it, man. It's not on screen. Yeah, well, you're behind. We've already confirmed the stream is ruined because my Civil War mania analysis was not shown. Ruin stream. I definitely notified Discord. Go check it out and respect the TA chat. All right. So I think we're good here. I mean, no one said this was gonna be some, like, how do you compete with the stream we had on Friday, the stream we had on Sunday, the aftermath? It's just a normal stream, okay? It typically does go about an hour. And we're at an hour, 7 minutes. We had 1 request, 2 requests, and that's it. So thank y'all for coming out, and let's just hope that Bitcoin is doing something spectacular on the daily. We have an argument. We certainly have an argument. All we need now is follow through price action. What is that? We go to bed tonight, next day, we wake up. Oh my God, dude, Bitcoin's pumping. Bitcoin's up over 116,000, 17, 18. Oh my God, it's at 120. Oh my God, it's at 124. Oh my God, we're breaking out. That's all we need. Because we have concluded the development of this structure. We have the rule of 3 phenomenon that is there. Local structure, 3, it is a literal potential 3 rising valleys. I say potential because you have a confirmation line of this pattern. This is in the textbook. This is Bulkowski pattern. The confirmation line is the second peak, which is, guess what? A confirmation line equals all-time highs, 126,325. You break that, you have it confirmed. How crazy is that, though, right? You have it, and it's just like the inverse head and shoulders taken along at the right shoulder. You can long this and have an equitable trade before the pattern even becomes confirmed. Yeah, because you'd be taking profit, your first profit taking level at 124.5. The breakout, 126.4, that confirms this pattern. That confirms this right here is a Bulkowski pattern. It is a reaccumulation pattern. So if it breaks that, dude, you don't even, like, I haven't even done this yet. First time right now. The size of the structure, this is how you get the measured move of a 3 rising valleys. From the lowest point, from the first valley, all the way to the confirmation line, which is the second peak. Okay, you got to have 3 valleys and you got to have 2 peaks for a valid potential 3 rising valleys. So from the breakout, if it did ever become confirmed with that breakout of the confirmation line, top of second peak, your 100% measured move would be $144,893. Okay, so if this actually played out and you didn't get stopped out, like, it runs to this level, and then the worst case scenario is you get to a profit taking level, you take some profit, you still have some, but then what happens if the pattern fails? You never confirm and it rolls over again. At least you got to take some profit on a failed pattern. So just something to think about. I'm not making expectations. I'm not making calls. I never act like I know where an asset's going next. All I can do is identify structures that are concluding their development at strategic levels. This is certainly a strategic zone between 109,358 and 112. All right. So that is as much as I can give you on Bitcoin. There's room for optimism, but no expectations. Or if you're going to expect something, the only thing you can expect is that you will get stopped out or that the trade will succeed. You can expect both. But I would just go, no expectations, cancel them out. Be a robot. Whew, okay. Let's go LMNOP. Let's do it, dude. Let's pump this thing to Santa Rally 150. Let's do 135. 135's that wave structure 1618. So, all right. Thank you all so much for coming out. It's been a good, quick business stream. I hope y'all are making money, man. That's all I can say. Let's hope to God that the small caps keep going. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. A. Adios, turd nuggets.